My beautiful souls, I've been trying to get this daily reading going all morning, and basically I ended up just pre-pulling these two cards. And so as I put on my ring, we're beginning with community and miracles on the board. Now, I feel that you need to catch your breath. I feel there's a focus on your happiness if we look at all the rainbow imagery. But then as well, if we take a look at all these butterflies here in the community card, there's a big focus during this day on how transformed you are. And I kept getting earlier when trying to get the reading done once again, the message that you need to remind yourself that you are a transformed magician, okay? There's a sense of you, or let's just say each of us are being pushed to throughout this day to get back into an abundant mindset because as I lose my breath a bit, there's just a sense of recently taking each of us out of that abundant mindset, or it feels like maybe minimalizing it for some, okay? And so it ends up being a day where you need to, focus on the positive, focus on the abundance that you have, that you can have, that you will have. And all the meanwhile, it's a day where the miracles, in small ways, are starting to seep back into your reality. And this may feel new for a lot of you because, partially because you're transformed, partially because you're choosing to look at it maybe differently. But I want to say that you're going to, for a lot of you, you're thinking about the energy and not really being satisfied or fulfilled in regards to it. And this may play into you desiring to be elsewhere. Say, for example, some of you are working a job, you want to be home or anywhere else for that matter. But then some of you, excuse me, it's more so where you're living. It could be when you're out and about doing what you have to do otherwise, like errands and whatnot. But it's yet again another day that reminds each of us within this collective that we are affected by energy, right? But then certain words are going to be shown to you throughout this day and surrounding it, like elite, like energy, like wisdom and real. But then we haven't really touched base upon the community card, but in a general sense, I'm getting that in some way, shape, or form, being drawn to this reading, the day will involve a commitment to a community or reconnecting differently to a community of importance. Okay, what else do we have for my beautiful souls? It's like you kind of need to shake it off. There's a bit of a stiffness about you being drawn to this reading. And it feels like maybe you're doing a bit of reflecting upon certain struggles recently. I'm getting specifically due to Mercury retrograde naturally, but some of you it was work related. It could have been your spirituality playing into it. It could have been, at home with somebody that you're connected to. But I feel it's like Spirit's saying that you're going to be happier moving forward, but you need to prioritize that, right? Going back to the rainbows, because it feels like you know what's going to make you happy in certain moments, and then you choose to do the complete opposite, or you choose not to do what you know is going to make you happy. And they're saying, well, when you're happiest, the happiest version of yourself, you make better choices. You process things a lot more smoothly, and you know that you connect and accomplish otherwise that much better, right? And all the meanwhile, my friend, let's be real, you just deserve to be happy. What else do we have? It's like your voice is fluctuating throughout the day. You're whispering at one moment, then you're loud the next. It may feel like you're shouting at certain points when you're not. But they're saying regardless, your voice will be heard. Regardless, your voice will be important and you will get it out. Okay? So we're moving on to the Judgment card. There's a feeling of you needing to get a release throughout this day, but you're needing to be honest with yourself. Where have you been going about things at times where you need to adjust your approach, right? Where have you been overdoing things? And again, dating back to when we were talking about your happiness, what have you not been doing enough of that will bring you joy, will bring you peace, will bring you comfort and maybe more stability? You may as well feel a little bit tempted to give into something that you know isn't good for you, whether it's connecting with somebody, it could be a toxic habit otherwise. And then they're saying that it's a day where you need to hold yourself back, right? Put your foot on the brake and know that your happiness is not going to, in a long-term way, or let me try to reword that. What they're saying is if you give into what you know isn't going to be good for you, it may make you happier, fulfilled, or giddy in the moment, but it's not long term. You know, it's not going to last. It'll be temporary, fleeting, and not worth it in the end. But moving on to the Three of Cups. So I feel like this day also is going to give you a few different reasons to celebrate. There's something about you getting 3 different important blessings for some throughout this day period. And they're saying it's in the cards for you to be more miracle driven, but also more gifted moving forward. Okay, you're going to feel gifted as well in a very spiritual, talented kind of sense. But then it yet again feels like a day period where the time is crawling, and then at a certain point you kind of lose track of time, but it still crawls. Does that make sense? And then they're asking you, whenever you feel off in energy, why do you think it is in the moment? There's something about you pinpointing intuitively and then being able to very quickly, in certain fleeting, important moments moving forward, pinpointing why you're feeling off in energy. Was it because of who you were talking to? Is it because of your spirituality? Is it because of where you are physically? Maybe it was what you were just accomplishing or thinking about. So just feel it out, okay? Because there's an importance to you figuring that out. But one for the middle. The Three of Pentacles, the number 33 on the board, as well as 20, feels significant. You're going to be gaining attention throughout this day, but then Spirit's saying, why is it that you kind of don't want it? You know, there's a sense of, as I just got a vision of somebody going like this in front of their eyes. It's like, okay, I'm not really in the mood to be noticed that much or in that way or two. But then all the meanwhile, I see some of you gaining online traction, a sense of your online content doing decent. But then they're saying over time moving forward, that viewing will increase dramatically. Keep it in mind, okay? But the number 7 may show up, the number 7. We're pushing you to transform your external reality more, as you do need to go through some personal healing within, but then it's not feeling like it's completely doable at certain points or by the end of the day in general. And then they're saying, well, you don't need to force it, right? Where you need to heal, what you need to accomplish will all happen very organically in the divine timing. And then they're saying where you should be aiming your efforts, your resources, your energy, that you do have to give towards transforming things outside of you. And then that will feel ultra satisfying to the point where you then feel almost a hunger, a growing feeling of wanting to transform things outside of you more so. All right. But then we have the Four of Swords over here, as well as the Five of Cups. So there's something about in the midst of you being reminded that you are very, very, I'm hearing ultra protected. You're expecting the worst, at least maybe it comes and it goes with that expecting the worst. But there's more than one aspect of your current day reality where Spirit's saying you're going to make things worse if you expect the worst, right? And so it's yet again another day that reminds you that you need to be in an abundant mindset, and you need to, I would say, intentionally manifest, right? Because what that's going to do is get you out of this Five of Cups energy and mindset perspective, and it's going to leave you feeling like you can protect your reality, your future moving forward, and yourself, obviously, while manifesting. And so Spirit is saying that you are going to need to heal your heart. There's a feeling of you rewinding back, being maybe spiritually messed with like myself, to the point where, your heart was negatively affected. It could have been more so that you were heartbroken by a relationship or some other disappointments in one way, shape, or form, if not multiple. But I wouldn't be surprised if some of you, there's more than one reasoning as to why you need to heal that beautiful, loyal, caring heart of yours. And so that may come through in different ways for a lot of you, but it's to say whatever the day does involve, busyness-wise, relaxation-wise, maybe both, a combination of which, you need to heal. And that's going to come through and be important on more than one level for you. But you're being reminded, my friend, you are, again, very, very protected. So you do not need to stress it. And a lot of you, there's that community of importance for you where Spirit's saying that is important for you. That is important for other people. So that's protected, okay? But why don't we leave your random reading at that, okay? So I hope it was truly helpful. Love and light, my friends.